to read Hebrew. This person, he did know how to read Hebrew. So that's what he says. He says, and he was a CPA and successful, and he said to me, what gave him this connection with Yiddishkeit, he remembered his grandmother, when she used to wash the floors on Friday, she used to put newspapers on the floors. And that brought him back to Judaism. That linkage, you understand? In those days, when I grew up in the 50s, when a mother, you put newspapers because you didn't want people to step on the floor. They're wooden floors. They're wooden floors or linoleum, whatever. They didn't have ceramic tiles in the kitchen or marble. You had linoleum. That was the kitchen, right? So people, they would wash the floor. They put newspapers on the floor. The kids shouldn't step on it, and they would absorb the water and whatever.
When they take the newspapers off?
After they were dry. Yeah. The newsprint. The floor was so dark you didn't know the difference.
You got 3 hours.
No. It reminded him about his grandmother washing the floor for Shabbos. He went back off the deep end. Yeah. Lasted for quite a few years. He had financial issues, everything, Okay, so we're holding in the Mishna Berura here. So the Mishna Berura cited 2 opinions. Why do you wash your hands in the morning? Netil Yadayim. Okay, just start over again. Yesh al zeh shnei tomim. Harosh, Kosav. Why did they legislate Netil Yadayim in the morning? This is unrelated to what? This is unrelated to Ruach Tumah. Correct? And with the questions, you have to wash your hands in the morning because you sleep at night. You have Ruach Tumah, so the Ruach Tumah, the contaminated spirit, has taken off. We're speaking about the laws of Netil Yadayim. With the bracha, everything else, meaning that it's a ritual. It's not, you're supposed to bathe because you're supposed to be clean. That's not a ritual. That's cleansing. Removing a Ruach Tumah, that's not a ritual. That's you have to remove it. You have to, like you take off physical uncleanliness, you have to go off spiritual. We're talking about it as a ritual. Why did they say, we'll see with a kli, as we said, with revias, all these things. And that's what you say, a bracha in the morning. Maskoni is saying, and when you sleep, you're not aware of what your hands touch. And it's inevitable, you touch parts of your body which are not clean. So therefore what? So why specifically the morning? Because it's inappropriate to daven Kriya Shema and Tefillah unless you cleanse your hands. So therefore they said they have to be ritualized to what? For Kriya Shema and Tefillah. That's the basis for Netil Yadayim in the morning. Okay? 1 second. So that's the whole idea. What about if you stay up all night? You still Netil Yadayim in the morning. Right? It's the whole question. Sure. Same thing, same idea. You can. No, it's a question of, there will be a question of the hefsek. We'll see later. Well, let's say a person forgot to say the bracha before. Middle psukkah is are you permitted to say Netil Yadayim? Are you permitted? We'll see. It will be a hefsek. Maybe not a hefsek. Because the halacha is, we'll see later. Okay? This comes up every other day. Person goes out to the bathroom, middle psukkah is Are you permitted? Do you say Asher Yotzar? Middle psukkah is Zimra. Halachas you do. It's a hefsek. Doesn't belong there. It's not part of the psukkah de zimra. What does the sheyotz have to do with psukkah de zimra? It's not part of psukkah de zimra. But it's a hefsek. And if you're middle of Shemon Esrei, you remind yourself you didn't say sheyotz. You say sheyotz middle of Shemon Esrei. No, it's not a hefsek. Hefsek is only when you speak. Hefsek is only when you speak. If you don't speak, it's not a hefsek. Of course not. You want to say middle birchas Kriya Shema either. Not permitted. It would be definitely a hefsek middle Kriya Shema, not a question. So it's a combination of 2 things. Firstly, it's also what is psukkah de zimra? It's shevach. You're saying praises of God. And what is the bracha of Asher Yotzar? Also praises. You're thanking God that He created you in a way that you're able to whatever it is to do your function. So it's also so he said, but it could wait. Now we're concerned that what happens if you have another urge to urinate or to do your bodily function? You're not permitted to say Asher Yotzar anymore. You have to first relieve yourself or urinate before you say the Asher Yotzar. It's a combination. It's a shevach, it's praise, and also it's mitzvah veris. It's passing. You can't do it later. So therefore, that's the reason why you're permitted to say the Sheyotza, let's say Kriyishma. Birchas Kriyishma is not Birchas Shavuot. So Birchas Kriyishma has to do with Kriyishma. So therefore, there would be a hefsek. It has no relevance, that whole subject matter there. Therefore, you would not say it. Okay? But it's not simple. Until Sedaim, because until Sedaim is a mitzvah there is too. Person did not say until Sedaim till after Shemon Esrei. It's too late. You can't say the bracha anymore. We had this yesterday. Remember? It can only be said before Kriyishma and Shemon Esrei. Once you say Shemon Esrei, you realize that you did not say it. You cannot say until Sedaim any longer on that original washing, because it's gone. It's past. It's still like a lamdim. Okay. No. It's a rabbinic mitzvah because you're doing in preparation. It's in preparation. It is. You have to ritualize yourself to be ready, to be in a position to do that. What is the Kohen? The Kohen said, what does he ritualize his hands and feet? We're called Kiddush Yadayim Raglayim. He's not qualified to do the avoda unless he ritualizes his hands and feet. So, but that's the mitzvah. There's a mitzvah. Hechsher mitzvah means it's not a mitzvah. When you go purchase an esrog, just want to clarify it. You hear too many yishurim, the name of this rabbi and that rabbi and this intellectual, that, you get all confused. Hechsher mitzvah means I go purchase the dalid minim. That's hechsher mitzvah. It's not a. That's to allow you to do the mitzvah. But there's no mitzvah to purchase the esrog and lulav. It's because it's not a mitzvah. It's a hechsher mitzvah. Right? No, building the sukkah is a mitzvah itself. You learned Makkas, right? Okay, so there's a riot from Rashi and Gemara Makkas. He has discussed with Howard. There's a mitzvah to build a sukkah. Mitzvah sasay to build a sukkah. That's the mitzvah itself. It's not a hechsher mitzvah. It's not to facilitate that you, because that's the whole idea with the Shechion. We don't. Shechion, first night, second night. He said after. Where do you say it? Before Leisha Sukkah, after, because Shechion goes back on the sukkah. There's a mitzvah to build a sukkah. No. That's it's purely hechsher, because you can't fulfill the mitzvah of talid minim unless you purchase it, or unless you borrow it, unless you or acquire it somehow. Right? That's called hechsher mitzvah. Okay.
So I just want to clarify though. I'm a little confused. When we wash in the morning to get the tumah off our hands, right? That's not. We don't say a bracha after that.
You could say. But what happens now? Let's say you soil your hands. Well, yeah, you get dressed.
But that's my question. That's not where we say the bracha. The bracha is really for when we wash.
We'll see. We're going to speak about this. We'll speak. I don't want to get you confused with that. Right now we're speaking. Why did they legislate Natil Zedayim? If it's a preparation, Kriyishma, your hands are soiled. So again, you soiled them. So what did you accomplish? You say Al-Til Yadayim. Whenever you say it. Whenever you say it. So I said, we're not talking about when to get the Ruch Tumah. Right? We're not saying. Let's say in Yom Kippur, you only wash till your knuckles. Right? But you say Al-Til Yadayim. So even up to the knuckles. It's a sufficient Natilah to say Al-Til Yadayim. Because you're not permitted, unless your hands are unclean on Yom Kippur, you're not permitted to wash above the knuckles. Correct? Okay. So that's a sufficient. Because we say the Ruch Tumah is up to the knuckles. It doesn't go beyond the knuckles. That's what it's, because it would be beyond the knuckles, it would be till the wrist. You'd have to wash till the wrist, even on Yom Kippur. That's physical dirt. But Ruach Tumah is only up to the knuckles. That's Ruach Tumah. Okay, let's see. Harajbo, Kosvi Shebishacharach Hasheno Anu Nasim Kibriya Chadosha. You wake in the morning, you're a new being. Tichsiv. Chadoshim labakorim, Rabba b'nusecho. We become chadoshim. We become new creations. We're new beings in the morning when we awaken. So if that's the case, if a person's up all night, you're not a bria chadosha. You're not a new being. You're up all night. Tzrichanon lahodos lo yisboch shebrona l'chvodo. We give thanks to Him that He created us for His glory. L'shorsa l'vorch b'shmo. To serve Him and to bless in His name. Valdover zeh tikdu b'shach kolos labroch shanu mevorchim chol boker. L'chein gam dover ze tiknu b'shachar. We'll see. What it was, therefore we do this in the morning. L'skadesh b'kedushaso, to be sanctified through his kedusha. Litol yodenu min hakli kekohen. We ritualize the hands from a vessel as the kohen shemekadosh yodov min hakior, as he sanctifies his hands from the kior, from the laver. Kodem avodoso. We're beginning the date. We're beginning to serve. So it's a ritual to put us in the position to serve Hashem. It's like avoda. No, in preparation for the avoda. Nothing. Ula alocha. 1 second. So therefore, it has nothing with hands being clean or not clean. As a kohen, his hands, he goes out and comes to the Beis Hamikdash, could have washed 90 times. Right? He has to ritualize his hands before he starts the avoda. Has nothing to do with his hands are soiled. It's specifically do a ritual which indicates it's in preparation to serve Hashem. That's the concept of washing hands in the morning. Unrelated to cleansing. It's not a hygiene issue. Okay? We said the Goyim did. The Goyim did. Yeah. We don't. I understand. Because that's their understanding. We didn't want. It's a semblance. It's not like the Kohen. The Kohen, you're right. And every time you go out, this and that. First, when he went out, he didn't do that. It's not. It's only went out to urinate. Let's say he would walk out and come back. He didn't have to re-ritualize his hands. It's only if his hands, but even if the hands become, unclean, and we wash our hands, we don't say a bracha. See, it's because they legislate at the beginning of the day. La'alocha nutovsim shnei atomim l'chumra linyan netilah. He says, but we assume both reasons. The brush, which because your hands are soiled, right? We said that in preparation for Kriya Shema and Tefillah. And the other reason is because to ritualize ourselves similar to the Kohen. He says, which we'll discuss the halachic differences later. Right? Person didn't say the bracha. If he did in the tefillah proper washing, and he forgot to say the bracha, and then afterwards he finishes the Shemona Esrei, could he still say the bracha? Shuv lo yivorach tefillah kol yom. Everybody agrees. You can no longer say the bracha. And of course, it has to be when is the main service of the day? Shachris. So if you didn't say the bracha, you ritualize the hand for the service, but the service is over. It's like you forgot to say a motzi, so to say, and then you realize after you've eaten the bread, and there's no more bread to eat. So you can't say a motzi on the bread that you've already eaten. This is post service after Shemona Esrei. We do wash. We'll see. Discuss this later. The halacha is that all night it's not simple. You say because it's this argument, right? So what he suggests later, the Mishna Berura, later it's not here. Maybe he says it here. Says it later also that in the morning, even if you urinate. So there, your hands become soiled. You're doing your bodily function to a degree. It's a combination, but if to sail to Sinam without urinating or doing anything, you'd wash your hands, but without a bracha. But if you soil your hands, you soil them by touching the covered part of your body, then you say the bracha with Hashem Yotzei. You say Hashem Yotzei, you say both.
So why don't we wash our hands for things like Marathon, something like that? Before we go into
That's because you're dying maskonius. See, let's say when you want to eat during the day, you want to have something in the office, you want to drink something, you have to wash your hands. Unless you know your hands are literally not clean, let's say you touch your shoes. Touch your shoes. You just tied your shoes. Now you want to drink something at your desk. You have to clean your hands. You have to clean them. You're not permitted to say bracha. You just touch your shoes. So what do you do? So if it's really what we call a tircha, an inconvenience to go down the hall to wash your hands, you don't have a sink in your office. So you take a cloth, clean your hands on your desk, whatever it is. It's not lechatchila. Lechatchila cleansing means with water. That's the way you clean your hands. It's the di'evet. But for Shemona Esrei, if you have no choice, you clean your hands with a cloth. But if you have water, that's the price. You're going to have an audience with Hashem. It's considered disrespect to stand before Hashem unless you wash your hands.
So why is there?
No, that has nothing to do with Purell. Something
So
else.
why is there?
Purell has to do with bacteria. Has nothing to do with clean.
Why is there an issue with schools? I don't know. Schools is you're up all day, up all night, and you're gonna daven. Why wouldn't you want to say
Of course, it would be no different than Milchem Erev.
obviously
Because you didn't become a new being. You were up all night, you didn't become a new being. It's only because we have both of these reasons. According to Rush, you would. According to Rush, you would.
because why?
Because it's because your hands are soiled. It is different because we'll see. L'chatchila, you should meet all the criteria of washing before bread. A kli, the water, we'll see. There are various things you have to address. But if you don't, it's a valid washing. Correct. Different concept. We discussed it. The Gemara says because it's srach tumah. Because of the Kohen, he washes his hands before he eats truma, so that's why everybody washes their hand before they eat bread. You could say it after Amor HaShachar. You could say it after Chatzos. Yeah. So we're going to see later. Could you say Birchas HaShachar before Amor HaShachar? Right? Because it's the same thing. Because he says that's the same reason why they legislated Birchas HaShachar. Like many shuls, they put on tefillin yishtabach, right? And Paulus and tefillin, but they said Birchas HaShachar before. It's too early. No. If you're not going to study, you don't say, well, why should you say Birchas HaTorah? Well, if you say Yivorach Hashem, of course you have to say Birchas HaTorah. Because you're not permitted to say the bracha, not because it's not avoda. If you want to eat something, you have to say a bracha. Is it avoda? It's not avoda. You're not permitted to study Torah unless you said a bracha. Yeah, definitely, of course. Okay, let's see the Chosel Notice. We'll get to it. We're not talking practical. I'm telling practically. You do everything when you get here before davening. You wash your hands up to your wrist, say until Zidayim.
Here.
Right.
And at home, at home you do for two.
Yeah, whatever it is. What happens if you touch your shoes or you go to the bathroom before davening? You're entering into a suffix.
So what's
Yeah, but if you're supposed to say the bracha, there's a question whether you say the bracha on the tila before davening. You're supposed to say a bracha. So you're entering into a suffix. Instead, by saying the bracha too early, you're entering into a question whether you're obligated to say a bracha or not. Yeah, stop saying the bracha. Say the bracha here, right before. Al til Sidayim.
Do you wash your hands here too?
Your Shabbos is fine. This is Al til Sidayim specifically. Right. Well, Karbonis. What about you don't go to the bath? Sometimes you don't go out to the bathroom. Hello. You go up to the bathroom once in a while, right? Before davening.
I